Hi everyone, Michael Anfield here. So, how do we deal with difficult children? You try to teach them well, and they go against anything you say. So, for example, if you have a house and they destroy it, or they never clean up after themselves, or they're abusive to you physically, or mentally, or spiritually, or any other way, it can be hard. A lot of children are, I shouldn't say a lot, but there are many children that are very difficult to handle. And maybe it was their upbringing. Usually it is their upbringing and their parents that are the cause of the problem. And usually, if you teach your children well right from the beginning, do everything right, most likely they will be okay as time goes on. But of course, we live in an imperfect world and we're not always doing the right things and we're not always saying the right things or being always loving or caring. Or maybe we just adopted someone who is really troublesome. How do we deal with that? How do we deal with them? I don't have the answer to this, and I actually want to ask you how to deal with troubled kids. And I mean troubled in just any way. May it be abusing you physically or through their words, or may it be just not doing what you asked them nicely to do, like cleaning up after themselves, or like washing the dishes for you or something, or just leaving everything messy, and when they do something that they're told, just like hanging up their clothes or something to dry on the line, for example, they'll they'll just throw it there, and or they'll throw it on their beds, or they'll leave their room messy or something like that. How do we deal with these children? Now, this might go on even till teenage years, and sometimes even beyond. So you have to start early in teaching your children well. And never ever use the words no or do this or do that. Like you gotta do it in a fun way and help them do things, but not all the time. So help them and tell them, yeah, let's do this together. Let's make a game out of it or something. Like who can do it the fastest, or who can, I don't know. You tell them, okay, you clean up that and I'll make you something special. Or give and take something. Like you have to understand early on in their age, that they need to, there needs to be set of values. A lot of times the foundation is not there. They don't know the foundation. If they don't want to listen, or if they're hiding their emotions, then sometimes there's not much that we can do. And so love is always the solution, but it does take time to heal the child and the child parent or parents relationship. And so the parent or grandparent or siblings must calmly, calmly address values for the family early on in their lives, and understanding that these are the values that we go by, And these are the, I shouldn't say rules, but these are the things that humans need to do in their lives in order to be functional. So if you have a home, you need to keep it tidy. You, whenever you finish eating, you clean up after yourself properly, and so many things. And I find that when you address these issues before all of them, and you write them down, and you reiterate them every so often, and you ask them, so what does this value mean to you? What does this house rule mean to you? And people need to understand, and that's just like if you have roommates, they need to understand. So these are the values that we hold in this house. Everybody must clean up after themselves. They must not leave mess on the floor or counter. They must wash the dishes away either at the same time or soak it for a few hours and then wash it. So a lot of these things have to be addressed. Um, just doing household chores is a really big one. And so you do the same household chores, or you can rotate them, whatever you like. So one person might vacuum the carpet, another person might sweep the floor, um, someone might take out the garbage, and then they alternate their jobs. So there are a lot of factors and a lot of things that we need to learn, and it just doesn't only apply to children, it applies to everyone. Because if you're in a household of a family or with roommates, you need to know how to take care of the house. You could have a dirty place, an untidy place with roommates, and you can have the garbage piling up, but it's not sanitary, it's not clean, it's not fair to other renters or other roommates that may like to keep their area clean. And so if somebody's doing all the work and everybody else is just, piling up and they're messing the garbage or the compost and not really taking care of it, and that needs to be addressed. It also needs to be addressed about water wastage and usage. So how much water you use, all these things, if you're sharing the bill equally. So someone taking a 5-minute shower, I don't know, 3 times a week, compared to someone who's using a shower for half an hour every single day, that's not fair. And so that needs to be addressed. And so all these things have to be addressed like early on. So if you ever rent rooms, like you're doing an Airbnb, or you have children or gonna have children, or things like that, these things have to be addressed right away. And understanding that you're not an authority figure and you're not just a parent, but you want to address to your kids and to other people that you're their friends, that you want to live in harmony with each other. And you know that you just don't like doing these things. Or make it fun. Watch a video when you're washing dishes, or put on some music on your headphones or earphones when you're doing something, and have it make fun out of it. Don't just think of it as work, but make fun out of the job that you're doing. And so make fun out of what you're doing, the cleaning that you're doing, the work that you're doing, and just understand that certain things have to be in place. Now it's different if you're all living in nature and these things, but still, even when you have a home, even in nature, you have to upkeep it. You have to make sure that nothing falls on the floor, and you clean up after yourself. Otherwise, you might get a lot of flies, and then it's unsanitary. So That's really about it for this video. I think I've addressed it. If you have any tips or anything that you want to comment down, do so down below. And don't forget to subscribe to my email newsletter and to the YouTube channel, and to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and share it around with anybody who you would think would benefit from it. That's about it, everyone. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.